entrepreneurs. Investors are learning, and entrepreneurs are learning as well. They're trying to take advantage a little bit of what's going on. You have somebody with deep pockets, have some experience, have some business sense. Maybe doesn't know technology, but he will take the risk because some people are very visionaries. They can sense the business. But the problem is they want too much. Maybe they want too much because they feel that they're taking more risk than the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur probably has nothing to lose but a year or two of their lives. But it's, I guess at some point this has to level off, and the environment has to be more conducive to the entrepreneur than the investor, because the investor has very little to risk, and when this is seed angel money that we call those angel investments that we call investor providentiel, les investisseurs providentiels, or business angels. They do it really for the fun of it, a lot of times. But the positive side in Morocco is that you have investors. I went through some blogs reading about entrepreneurship. I'm very involved in entrepreneurship in Morocco, and I'm involved in a few companies. And so I have to go through and research and read from time to time. I see people are really complaining that there is no investors at banks. Venture capital is not the job of banks. Banks don't invest on those terms. You need people, you need entrepreneurs who made money, who are ready to reinvest.
Banks might, they don't invest, and so it's really not their job. You should not be expected.
That's right. But there are opportunities, and I think that project that was set during the times of Mr. Shami are amazing opportunity for Moroccans to put just 200 million dirhams for this, for Intilaf, for Tatwir. But what I'd like to, of course, understand, to what extent can we make those projects more useful to people, when they're more transparent, when you make sure that really, at the end of the day, those investments are managed by people who maybe have never been in a startup environment, so it's kind of difficult to make the right evaluation and picking the right investment options. So basically the message is we are better off in Morocco than a lot of other places around the world, and we should take advantage of it. So Mr. Tahri, very curious to learn about your experience from, of course, not so about your business model, because we're going to go next to it, but about how you went about exploring what are your different financing options, and when you ended up with the right partner, how did you negotiate the terms?
Well, I will start by saying something. I really agree with you. I think money is really not a problem in Morocco for tech entrepreneurs. Really not. Really. I mean, it's projects are. People go see investors with crazy projects or things they can't back. And it's not market studies and things like that. People look for return on investment, and instead of going to the technical stuff, like you said, it's more about like really telling them and making it clear for them that there's a huge potential. And this is what startups are about. A startup is about not being okay with average. I want to be number one, I want to rule the world, I want to leave every other possible competitor in the dust. That's what it's all about. Otherwise, you're a small business, it's very good, it's respectable, but you're not trying to do what that VC is looking for. So, it's very, very simple. And what probably a VC is really looking for is someone who, I mean, we were talking about determination and stuff. It's about someone who can really generate energy for himself. He's independent. He doesn't need to hear people telling him he's doing a good job or anything else. You really need to be self-generating the energy with which you can go overcome any possible obstacle, and you're going to have thousands of them. And you really have to wake up every day with the idea that anyone standing next to you, in front of you, is possibly a problem. And this is what people are really looking for. You must sell them something that they probably can't really capture with that huge potential, and with the idea that you're the only one today able and capable of making it become actually a reality, become true. This is what VCs are looking for. If you have this, you get the money, and you get the money pretty quickly. Actually, it's really not the problem. And you need people that are really irrationally optimistic. When you look at the news, when you look at anything, I mean, every source of information, it's bad. It's bad all the time. You look at the economies, you look at our politics, you look at the size of the market, you really feel depressed. But there's so much potential in there. There are a lot of areas that nobody's exploring. I looked at your agenda. You talked about big data, about technology, about agriculture. Where's entertainment? Moroccans spend a lot of money in entertainment. How many entrepreneurs are really trying to find something in entertainment? Something people are trying to entertain Moroccans. That's a huge market. So this is for what I was. This is about financing. So when you come to Morocco, you basically don't have much choice. The business angels, there are like 10 or 15 of them which are public.
I just said that you have a lot of choice, and then now you just contradict.
No, I didn't say choice. I think money was not a problem. It's very different. Money is not a problem, but financing sources, there are not much of them, which is pretty different. Business angels, there are like 10 or 15 public ones. I'm sorry? They mean that the state by themselves.
Government-based.
Not really, not by public, like everybody knows their business angels, and they actually advertise themselves as they claim, exactly, they really claim. And they are in a network. You can find them, you go into Réseau des Business Angels, you go to Technopark, there's a list, and there are people that you can actually contact. A lot of them are American educated. You have Moroccan, for instance, from MDT, he's a very successful entrepreneur. And the guy that has a sharing investor, he invested in a lot of other companies, and he can really mentor. Actually, he's really a great guy, because he's one of the guys you can go see at any time in the day. He's going to give you a lot of very good advice and stuff. And then you have funds, VCs. And VCs in Morocco, there are only two of them. There's like Dayam, and there is Moroccan. Well, Dayam is Saham, is owned by the group Saham. MNF is government. It's a very special VC, because it's the governance inside the VCs is different. It's actually the Moroccan government with 4 of the biggest institutions, financial institutions in Morocco, CDG, BMCE, Tijari, and BCP, who put 20% each for a fund of 100 million dirhams.